My name is John McKeon, and I'm the moderator of the Teradata Aprimo River community, Teradata and Aprimo's largest customer community. You can connect with us at teradataRiver2.com. Today, we'd like to welcome Blake Johnson, consulting professor at Stanford University. Blake, welcome to the River.
Thanks, John.
Blake is moderating an elite group of executives at an exclusive two-day executive forum in Washington, D.C., October 22nd and 23rd. This is Teradata's 2012 Partners User Group Conference. Blake, I've looked at the lineup you have here for this executive forum. You have the who's who of executives, experts, authors. You've got the creme de la creme of C-levels with the hottest brands in the world, plus you have Malcolm Gladwell from The Tipping Point. I look at some of these companies, eBay, Wells Fargo, GE, Northwestern. How in the heck did you get this level of engagement?
Well, yeah, we do feel lucky. It's come together really well, and it's a great partnership with the steering committee and Teradata. There's some history, actually, behind it. For the last 3 years, we've been organizing annually an event at Stanford on the same topic, and we've built up a community through that. It's proved to be very popular. The whole step of taking data and analytics and connecting that through to actually realizing business value is a top-of-mind topic for a lot of folks these days. And so we really leveraged that past and then some of the community there, as well as all the resources that come together for the Partners event. So I feel very lucky.
Blake, I'm looking at the agenda right now. You've got some killer topics: business value, technology, analytics. What type of exercises are you going to do to really drive out the discussion on business value?
Well, it's a great question. First of all, just for context, fortunately, and I think it's ideal given this message of taking data and analytics and driving business value, we've got a diverse group of folks coming. Diverse in the sense that we've got a lot of folks from IT, strong representation from business and analytics, as well as a lot of folks from functional areas. So it's really the right group of people, and you see that both in the attendees and in the topics. The way that we've organized things is the first afternoon we're really going to focus on the two key building blocks, which to me are some of the technologies that are making it much easier and much more self-service for business to directly access enterprise data. And the second is building out analytics capabilities. So where do I find the right people? Where should the analytics entity group sit within my organization? And then on the second half of the agenda is really focused on lessons that can be learned from companies that are real leaders in this area. So essentially, how have they unlocked the secret of large-scale organizational adoption and value creation? And I think it's really that sequence of events that's proved to work well for us, and that's that we were planning to unfold the agenda.
Blake, you've got, as you said, a very diverse group of C-levels there, everywhere from Bank of America to ex-congressmen. What are the mechanics? How are you going to actually do this from a mechanics perspective?
So we've got it broken up into 4 sessions, and each one will have a couple of speakers, people that have something really interesting to say, speak for 20 to 25 minutes. A number of the sessions will also have panelists, people that then will weigh in with 5 minutes, 7 minutes of their sound bites. So we want to seed with some great content. And then we're going to have an interactive session where there'll be some opportunity for all the organizations there. We're going to gather some data, some real-time polling in terms of where people stand on some of the topics and technologies and process steps that we'll be reviewing. So we'll get a snapshot of where the group is. And then we'll have interactive discussion, and the speakers and panelists will be there along with the information that we've extracted through the polling, so that there can be a real chance for people to interact both amongst each other and with the people that are leading the discussion.
Blake, a lot of times when we go to these executive forums, a lot of times you just don't want to hear from peers, but you actually want to go face-to-face with Teradata executives. Is there an opportunity to talk to the highest level of executives at Teradata at this forum?
There is, actually, and it's been wonderful. We've got great participation, so I think really kind of across the key leadership areas of Teradata, we've got participation. So Scott now will be in the first technology session, obviously wonderful person to have there, as well as Tasso Argueros from Teradata Aster. When we talk about analytics, we've got Bill Franks, who's the Chief Analytics Officer. And then in the afternoon, when we look at organizational adoption, value creation, and organizational change, we've got Bob Bonleen, President of Aprimo, Bob Fair, Executive Vice President, Global Field Operations, and Daryl McDonald, CMO and Executive Vice President of Applications and Business Development. So really what we wanted to do there was, obviously most of the people in the room are Teradata customers. They want to understand Teradata's focus, Teradata's resources, things that they will be bringing to the table to help them address some of the key topics that we've got, and I think it'll be wonderful to have them there to participate in the Q&A and those types of topics.
Blake, I've seen the attendee list. This is the who's who of C-levels. Is it too late to get in on this?
Definitely not. The door is open, so particularly folks that are going to be at the event, that are that executive level, have a look at the agenda, and I think you'll find things of interest to you, and let appropriate folks that you would be interacting with at Teradata know, and they can definitely manage that.
Blake, thank you. Again, Blake Johnson is moderating this elite group of executives at a 2-day executive forum in Washington, D.C., October 22nd, 23rd. This is the place to be. Blake, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.